It's more than just your output, more than a bike. When you hear your shout out, you know it's all right. Put on your magic pants and let's go. We're cruising into the power zone. Clip in, set yourself free. Come on and take a ride with me. You know what you need to know and what's it all about. Everything you need, it's on the Clip Out.
Welcome to the Clip Out Podcast, episode 457. This is Crystal O'Keefe.
And this is Tom O'Keefe. We're back at home.
We are.
From our whirlwind weekend in the Big Apple.
It was fantastic.
Yes. Got to do all sorts of fun stuff. We will talk about that over on the bonus in the not too distant future. Yes. So, I guess, I don't know, tell me what you got.
Okay, well, we are going to talk about, there are several things that Peloton announced this week. They have a live cross-training program. We're going to talk about what it isn't. We found Peloton apparel at Costco. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about the casting call, what it is, where it is, and when it is. We also have the latest of Peloton Off Air news that dropped on 3/23. We're going to talk about Peloton partnerships. Brand sponsored classes are at Peloton. What? What does it mean? Are there commercials on your tablet? We're also going to talk about Peloton partnering up with Facebook groups to drive traffic to Teams challenges, not to mention the expansion, the worldwide expansion that Peloton is on. We've got several updates on instructors, who's sidelined by knee surgery, who's a best times selling author
Again.
who is joining the JP Morgan Chase's Athlete Council, etc. We also have the latest artist series, not to mention talking about where some of the past leadership from Peloton, what they're up to now. We've got some connected fitness news from other companies. And of course, we've got lots of content to share with you as well.
Okay, well, before we get to all that, shameless plugs, don't forget we're available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeart, TuneIn. Wherever you find a podcast, you can find us. While you are there, be sure and follow us so you never miss an episode. Maybe leave us a review. It's super helpful, and it's chock full of vitamin C. So it's good for you.
Yeah.
That's we're a wellness podcast.
Yeah.
We can make these bold claims. It also cures the measles. No need for vaccines if you share an episode and leave us a review. All taken care of. So you can also, if you can't get enough of us and you would like to support us with a small amount of money, you may do that over at Patreon. Patreon.com/theclipout. $5 a month. You get all sorts of bonus content. You get ad-free episodes. You get early episodes and our undying love and admiration. Over on the bonus episode this week.
Yes.
Activity that prevents dementia.
Activity.
It's a simple thing you do every day.
Interesting.
Hopefully you do it every day.
Okay.
So we will talk about that.
Okay. All right.
Sleep and Alzheimer's. How much extra sleep you need to reduce the likelihood. And it's not much.
Okay, well, I feel like I'm not getting it today.
Yeah. And also, of course, all the sorts of Peloton news that we couldn't get to in the episode proper. We'll be talking about 2 instructors that have different partnerships with Spotify. So, and of course, all sorts of other stuff, High Rocks news, stuff like that. That'll all be over on the bonus. You can also find us on Facebook, facebook.com/theclipout. While you're there, like the page, join the group. Don't forget the website where you can sign up for the newsletter, where you will have all the links and things sent directly to your inbox, unless we go to New York.
Did you forget?
And I completely forget to do
Whoops.
it. Whoops. So, anyway, there's all that. Let's dig in, shall we?
We shall.
Peloton in the news.
Peloton has announced a live cross-training program.
This is exciting. I've been saying for a while, I feel like Peloton is kind of headed in this direction. One key example of that, I feel, is the program that Rebecca Kennedy just put out. Now, that one wasn't live,
Right.
but we're seeing it across modalities. But now we have had a live program for Power Zone training. We've had a live program there was something else that I'm blanking on right now. Forgive me. I do not have enough caffeine on a very busy week with lack of sleep. But anyway, this is going to be super cool because it is going to be launching on April 13th. There are going to be 5 different instructors. There's going to be 5 different workouts every week, and they're going to be dropping live. So that's super cool. There's also different disciplines. It's going to be across all of the different disciplines, and this is going to happen for 4 weeks. So we get a whole month of programming all laid out for you. Now, I will say, somebody noticed this on the team, and I have to point this out so that hopefully the people who listen are not completely caught off guard by this, but the studio happens to be closed that week that they launched this. There's a couple days in there.
Okay.
I don't know how they're going to handle it. No, I don't know. I'm hoping Peloton, please tell me you have a plan for this. You've already recorded them and they're going to drop on demand and it's going to be seamless. Yes. That's what I want to happen.
I have no doubt. Ye of little faith.
Sometimes they get a little busy with all the things and, they don't have as robust of teams as they used to have, so things get missed.
The right hand doesn't know what the left foot is doing.
Yeah, it's still a corporation at the end of the day, so all of the different teams don't necessarily know what all the different teams are doing.
Yeah, they did one of those IPOs. Is that what they call them?
A what?
An IPO?
What's an IPO?
When they put your stock on sale?
Do you mean an IPO?
No, that's a very hearty beer, isn't it?
No, it's an IPA.
Well, that's a grocery store from the 70s. I'm so confused.
Okay, moving on.
Moving on. Speaking of grocery stores, see, there's a method to my madness. We now get to talk about Costco, and I love the Costco.
You do love the Costco.
As most men my age do.
Yeah.
I talk about Costco the way other people talk about Jesus.
Or Peloton.
Have you heard the good news? There's a Costco in our neighborhood. Would you like to go with me? Would you like to attend a Costco with me?
Not if you sound like that. It's a little creepy when you say it like that. No, I do not.
Peloton apparel is now at Costco.
Yeah, there was it was spotted at a Texas Costco. There were men's performance joggers that were $17.99. And it's the first time, as far as we know, that Peloton apparel has ever been at a Costco. However, there is no indication this is an ongoing kind of partnership. This was probably closeout.
Like excess stock.
Yeah. Like the way it usually finds its way to TJ Maxx, you know, that kind of thing. So we think that's all this was, but definitely noteworthy because it's the first time it's been at Costco. And it was only at the one warehouse that we know of.
Gotcha. So
we can't be everywhere.
Right. And there are a lot of Costcos.
There are a lot of Costcos.
Have you heard the good news? So was it just men's joggers?
That was it. Yeah, I had a woman that came at me. Where are the women's clothes? I was like, lady, I didn't design it.
You're like, ma'am, I don't work here.
I don't. I don't work at Costco or Peloton. I don't know.
I do not have a red vest on, ma'am.
Jeez Louise.
You have me confused with someone else.
But, my guess is that, they might have over-ordered for what sold. Maybe they came out with a new style and this one didn't
also
sell.
feel like painting with a broad brush.
Yes.
That women are more into buying Peloton apparel than men are.
I don't think it's...
You also have more options.
I was talking to a Peloton member this weekend who happens to be a big dude, and that's how he described himself. Okay. And I don't mean fat. I mean tall, like really tall. And he was saying how frustrating it is to not be able to find the sizes. So I think it's also that Peloton had a lot of feedback about women's sizes. I think they got more inclusive with that, but I don't think that they are necessarily more inclusive across the board with men's sizes.
Yeah. And I think some of that's just demand driven.
I agree.
Yeah.
I mean, we know for a fact that 80% of our listeners to this podcast are 80%. It's women.
Right.
It's women.
Now, a lot of that, though, I think is because of my sexiness.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
I mean, I am a smoke show.
But even on the Instagram, which is a lot of people there don't listen to our show. They just read things.
Yeah.
And they are mostly women as well.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying obviously there are tons of men that do Peloton, obviously. But I think that there is a larger proportion of women. So it makes sense.
I also feel like the women engage with it differently.
I agree.
Like men are more apt to I rode my bike, I got on the tread, and I'm done now.
They don't necessarily care if they get a hoodie or a thing.
Or
not all.
Or necessarily want to know about what's going on with instructors or things like that. Like,
That is so true.
Yeah.
That is so true. But obviously there are some men that do, and I am not.
We are
trying
not
to
besmirching you.
Not at all.
Yes.
Not at all. Just saying that if you were to look at it from statistical perspective.
Demographically speaking.
Exactly.
We're putting on our marketing hats.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In other words, don't add us.
Yeah. So Peloton wants real life actual members for an upcoming commercial.
This is a weird thing.
Everything about this was odd and sus.
Yeah. Well, okay, so Peloton eventually posted on their
Yes,
socials.
but initially it came off very sus.
Very sus.
Because we saw this and sat on it for a minute because we were just
Yeah.
like, we're not so sure this isn't a phishing scam.
There was a post in a very small group called Peloton Unofficially Yoga. I believe that's the official name of that unofficial group. And
Unofficially. Off the record.
And it was like, I'm a casting director and I'm looking for Peloton people. And also, by the way, they were paying like $4,000 a day.
Yeah.
And it was April 15th. The dates match what eventually came out from Peloton. It was in LA. But the casting company that posted this, whenever I tried to call them, their phone number was disconnected.
Yeah.
They only had a Google form to fill out.
Right.
And there was nothing on their actual website about this. Also, if you look up, there's like casting clearinghouses that you can look at, websites that are
Right.
just casting clearinghouses. They had nothing about this. So then I saw it in a couple of other places. I saw it on Instagram by this company. I saw another one posted by a different casting company.
I will also say that we found their Facebook page and it hadn't had a new post since 2023.
Yeah. And
So we were like, we don't want to pump this information out there because this seems off.
And I even posted on their post, like, how can a person verify that this
Yeah.
is real? And
And
instead
they blocked
of
you.
No,
they didn't block you. I'm just kidding.
Instead of it getting answered, though, that group, they deleted the post.
Yeah.
So I don't know if there was like conversations happening in the background
Right.
where that casting was like, you know what, Peloton's going to put it out. I have no idea how
Right.
that went. But eventually Peloton put it out on their socials and they were saying, hey, we're having a shoot that is occurring and it's happening. I feel like this is more. There's a lot of reasons. First of all, it's Peloton, so we know it's verified because
Right.
Peloton posted on their own socials. They also set up their own Google form that collected basic information, including like the Peloton products you own, etc. The interesting thing is that Peloton did not appear to post where it took place, which I thought was strange because you had to fill out the application form to find anything out.
Right.
They also, in this particular version from Peloton, you also had to do a self video. You had to do a self taping where you had to answer 4 questions: your workout routine, what do you have experience in, are you an athlete, if so, what sport, how have your goals evolved, and how has Peloton affected your life. And then you had to start by doing 10 quick jumping jacks without getting winded. Then move through the following exercise: a goblet squat, alternating reverse lunges, plank shoulder taps, and a dumbbell push press. The reps were not specified, so use your best judgments. Weights are preferred, but not required if you don't have them at home.
Okay.
So it was a whole thing.
Yeah.
Fascinating. I can't wait to see the shoot takes place April 14th through 17th, presumably in LA where the rest of them were listed.
Seems.
If people really are getting paid $4,000 a day, that's very high pricing. So
Yeah.
that's really cool. Good for you if you get chosen.
Yeah. And I would recommend doing your burpees very slowly. Stretch it out over a day or two.
I think each person only gets a day out
Get
there.
$8,000. It's my professional recommendation.
Well, good luck to everyone. Let us know if you get in. If you do get in, tell us all the things.
Yeah, for sure.
And if we need to keep it quiet till it happens, we'll do that too.
Yeah.
But
We're trustworthy.
we are.
Yeah.
We've signed NDAs, embargoes, whole 9 yards.
We sat on our review of Project Hail Mary, didn't we?
Sorta.
Yeah.
You did.
Yeah.
I didn't.
Well, yeah.
But I'm not embargoed.
You're not embargoed.
Yeah.
I am.
I signed nothing.
And I'm a professional who's never been paid to do it. Peloton Off Air, episode 1 has dropped.
Yeah, it dropped on March 23rd. So Cody Rigsby was featured in this particular episode, and so was one of our newer instructors, Greta Dopp. And the idea is that Cody has been chosen, right, to lead a new cohort of brand new employees and like get them acclimated to the company.
I see.
And
Like Star Trek Next Generation.
as you might imagine, things go awry. Conversations about shots.
Well, Cody's in charge.
Right, exactly. that is the idea. Now, I think people who listen to this will not be shocked that Cody is not my go-to guy.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not like, love all the Cody classes.
Right.
Like so many people are. But I found this hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
It was really, really funny. And Greta does a great job playing off of him because she's the new employee, one
Yeah.
of the new employees in this cohort, and she really shines in this. All of the people do. It's cute. It's different. I would call this a lightly scripted show, which is funny because we just talked about that a lot of brands are doing that now.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what we got going on here. So
Okay.
fun, and it'll be interesting to see how many others that they do.
Peloton partnerships.
We now have brand-sponsored classes at Peloton.
Well, we think we do. Let me just say, we don't know if this is going to become the norm. Like, and we say
Yeah.
it in the article. People don't read articles, though. They only read headlines.
And
so
then get mad.
yeah, they do.
They'll read comments, though.
Oh, yeah. Well, they make comments. They
Yeah.
don't read comments. But what we do know, here are the facts as we know them. There was a class that Jess King taught that was sponsored by Culturelle Probiotics. And we know that she's like, they made up some title for her, like they do for.
Oh, that's
lots-
right.
It was like, I don't know, senior cultural specialist or something like that.
Probiotic Supreme Leader.
Yeah, exactly. And that was, I want to be clear, that was an invite only class. The class content did center around gut health and core strength, but it's also an extension. Oh, here it is. Her Culturelle's Chief Wellness Ambassador.
Okay.
Okay. Now, Kirsten Ferguson also had a class now it's listed on her Instagram that she is a paid partner of Mush. Now, Mush is an oatmeal brand.
Okay.
I know it doesn't sound like it's not the most appealing word in the world.
I was about to say, is hers also about poop? And then when you said mush, I was like, boy, I really hope not.
So she had a Women's History Month run, and it was sponsored by Mush. I mean, there was Mush branding throughout the event. Now, both of these classes had exclusive invitations to influencers and brand ad partners.
Gotcha.
So when I say these classes existed and they were sponsored by these people, yes, they were, but it was also directed, the invites were directed towards people who are influencers and doing this kind of content.
Right.
Okay. So one of the things that it raised the question for our team, is this something that Peloton is doing to support instructors' existing partnerships, or is it potentially some kind of early architecture of a more calculated sponsored content strategy? One of the reasons we're not sure about this is because very recently on a earnings call, Peter Stern said they were not adding at any kind of content that was commercials at this time. Like, that's not being done. And these really aren't commercials. Like, what I mean by that is it's not like you're taking a ride with Jess King and there's like Culturelle being advertised to you.
Right.
Okay. And same with the mush one. It's not like there might have been branding visible in the room, but it's not like they were like took a minute in the middle of class and they were like,
here's why you should eat oatmeal before you work out. Yeah.
And the reason it's so important that people read the content that we put out is because all of those details were in it.
Yeah.
And yet the response from 99.9% of people were, ick, I can't believe they're adding commercials. That's not what this is.
Yeah.
It's a question mark. Maybe it will lead to that.
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah, because it's also hard to believe that they would platform a product for free.
It is. And so I do think there's something going on here, but I don't know that it's straight up a brand that it's pushing that brand.
Right.
Now, I will also say it's not like Peloton has never done this type of thing before. I mean, think about their Lululemon partnership.
Yeah.
Like it's very prominent. I mean, the towels have the Lululemon and the Peloton symbol. It used to only be Peloton, for example. And not to mention the long-standing partnership with Chase Sapphire. I mean, those classes have been around a long time.
Yeah.
You get special access. This has been happening for a long time, not to mention the events that they hold around the country, like Miami Race Weekend, the Formula One. Those types of things have been happening as well. So I think that it's trying to help both brands and raise awareness, but I don't, at the moment anyway, they are stopping short of making it into a commercial.
And while it might not feel like a commercial, that's what most artist series are.
I know people don't think of it that way, but
yeah.
that's exactly what it is. That's why we have to wait until something is coming up.
Right.
We can't just get rights to any old music we want anytime we want.
It's going to be when an artist is promoting a new album or a greatest hits collection or a tour of some kind.
Yeah. I think it's really interesting that, I don't know, I guess because I do this, I consume this information every day. To me, that's kind of an obvious thing, but there's a lot of people that's not obvious to.
For sure.
At all. So anyway, this is different from the standpoint that it is specifically two products that Peloton instructors are already repping.
Right.
And it'll be interesting to see where this goes from here. We will keep an eye on it. But as of now, not commercials, so calm down.
Peloton is also partnering with select Facebook groups for Teams challenges.
Yeah, I thought this was really interesting. Over the weekend, I saw several groups post where they were saying, hey, this month's challenge, like Peloton is giving away free merch for the top three participants in whatever that team happens to be doing.
Right.
You can structure team events in many different ways. Like you could structure it by the number of workouts a person does. You could structure it by the number of hours a person works out. You could structure it by they have to complete 6 walks. Like you can do it a lot of different ways.
Right.
And so this is an interesting thing because I think what's happening here is Peloton is reaching out to the Facebook communities to get people to push their membership to the teams. I think people are using the teams, but not in the way that Peloton was hoping. Like they hoped it would replace Facebook, and it's not even close to that. And I don't know that it ever can be at this point.
Because you can't go back and forth in the same way.
You can't.
Yeah.
Yes, you can make comments, but it's not.
It's not the same.
It's not the same.
Yeah.
And a lot of people aren't on Teams and Facebook. But for people who don't want to be on Facebook, Teams is a great option.
Yeah.
And now you can add pictures. So I think that if it is to pick up and, really replace Facebook, it's going to take a long time. That is going to be a very slow battle that Peloton is going to have to do.
Agreed.
And I do think that pushing people to be able to participate in events and send things like in this example, it was a branded gift set, hat, wristbands, water bottles, sports towels, and headband for the top 3 finishers. That's a good example. I think that is the type of thing that will pull people in.
Yeah.
It's just, it will remain to be seen if that is
Will
going
they
to
stay?
replace. Exactly.
Will they stick around?
That's a question.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Coming up after this, we're going to talk about Peloton expansions, let you know what new part of the globe they're pushing into. We'll also take a look at instructors in the news and talk artist series, which are also commercials now. Or not. But not. Okay, stick around.
Peloton expansions.
We talked a few weeks ago about a job posting looking for people in Poland to work for Peloton.
Mm-hmm.
And we have some more news about the Polish expansion.
Yeah, I thought this was really cool. So Peloton is officially opening its new office. It's going to be located in Warsaw. And on April 8th, Peloton is also going to host an open house. So that's really cool because you're going to, as a person coming in, you would get an opportunity to meet the teams that are there.
Yeah.
You're going to see what Peloton is working on and experience some of the technology that is actually powering all the cool stuff that we see. Man, I wish I was in Poland. I would be like, I am here for the open house and say it in Polish. So here are the different here's the different roles they're hiring for. There's a senior content designer, a senior product designer. There's also, both of those are for the web, by the way. There's also an e-commerce senior technical program manager and an e-commerce senior product manager. I am fascinated by this. I cannot wait to see how this goes. And if anyone happens to be listening and goes to this, please tell me all the things.
Yes, we would love to know.
I want to know all of the things. So.
But keep in mind, we don't speak Polish. So
no, so
please.
we might have to get Google Translate out.
Yeah.
Although if you're listening to this, maybe you're...
That's fair.
Yeah, all right.
Instructors in the news.
Ash Pryor has been sidelined by some knee issues.
This sucks for her. She has been working so hard to get really good at high roxes, increase her PRs, that type of thing. And she has been working so hard on that. And she has, the last class that she did was on March 22nd, and she's going to be off for a while. It's going to be a few weeks is what she's saying. And I hope it truly is a few weeks. But in classic Ash humor, she says, "My left knee, that hoe is getting on my nerves, and now she's going to timeout." She also said she started that conversation by saying, "Shout out to my biggest hater, my left knee." I really appreciate Ash's humor, and I really appreciate that she can have humor about the situation. I know how frustrating it is to take time off, especially when you're right in you're so close to where you want to be.
Right.
And then you have this major setback. So that's super frustrating. So the plan is surgery, and then there will be physical therapy. And hopefully she will come back very, very soon. And she's going to be even more amazing because the comeback is always greater than the setback.
Thank you, Mike. Situation.
You're welcome.
Robin Arzan is now, and again, a New York Times bestselling author. This is what, her fourth time?
It is the fourth time.
Yeah.
I mean, that's impressive.
Yeah.
I know there are games that people can play to get on the best time,
For sure.
the bestseller list, and I get that. But number 4, that is impressive. That's impressive.
I don't think you play that game 4 times.
I don't think she
I think
has
you're actually
to.
moving those books.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is for Eat to Hustle. This is her plant-based cookbook. There are 75 different recipes in it. She has really been killing it lately. She's been on the Kelly Clarkson show. She's been on the Drew Barrymore show. She's been in 4 different cities doing her book tour. She was also just at South by Southwest. The woman does not rest.
Yeah.
And I saw her for 2 seconds at the studio this weekend. I think she might have been teaching a straight to camera class because she came out of one of the studios. I think it was the Row studio. And she was breathing hard. She'd clearly just been working out. And she was fully made up, but there was nobody else in the class.
Yeah.
And I was just like, "Hi." And she was like, "Hi." And she smiled.
Right.
And then she kept walking.
And she wrote another book while
she did
standing
it while she was
just.
She was standing there. She whipped out another manuscript. Yeah. It's on its way to the publisher right now.
It's a follow-up to Eat to Hustle. It's called Drink to Hustle. You need something to wash it down.
I mean, this woman is making an empire, and I think it's pretty cool to watch. I know there's a lot of people that get frustrated with her, but I am impressed with her hustle. I am impressed with the fact that she can do all of these things and that she still appears to actually enjoy her family and her children.
Yeah.
Because there's other people I see out there that they seem to be constantly frustrated and annoyed, and she doesn't seem that. She seems to really enjoy the things she's doing. And that's not easy when you've got so much going on.
Absolutely. And as for the haters, it's like I always say, you're not popular till people don't like you.
I'll tell you this. Every time we post an article about Robin Arzon, it's one of our biggest articles. So I don't know if they just love to hate her or if they just love her. But either way, it's she's getting the clicks.
And,
so
and the algorithm can't tell the difference.
they can't. Like I would love for people who hate on other people to understand that. But they don't.
You're just training the world to show you more things you hate.
It's facts.
So Allie Love has joined J.P. Morgan Chase's Athlete Council.
She has, yeah. Tom Brady, Dwayne Wade, and Aja Wilson. I'm sure I managed to screw that up. But those are other important
People on there.
that are...
According to the article, these are athletes. These two are athletes. According to ChatGPT.
There's also Sue Bird, Alex Morgan. So the group is dedicated to building financial literacy.
He just got it because his last name is Morgan.
You think so?
Yeah, it's J.P. Morgan Chase, right?
Yeah.
It's Nepo babies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The group is dedicated to building financial literacy for athletes across every level of competition. You know, that's important because you don't learn that stuff in school.
Yeah.
You really don't. Even if you learn like a bank account and how to take care of your household finances, there really are not enough classes to teach you, especially these days.
Yeah.
In the day of the hyphenated work ethic that people have, you often don't have a full-time job. A lot of times you have 3 jobs, which means you're a 1099 employee. And my children don't even understand what a 1099 is.
No.
And so like this kind of understanding not only how to do that side of things, but also understanding how to build your brand and how to make that into an empire, a la Robin Arzon.
Yeah.
Like that is not that doesn't come easy. You don't just have people in your life that are like, oh, here's what you should do.
Right.
And even if you have those people, you don't know that those people are literate in today's strategies because they're constantly evolving.
When we went to school, it was like learn how to balance a checkbook.
Yeah, and even like quote unquote to become famous when we were kids is completely different than it looks now. Like those strategies would not work.
No,
not
at all. Yeah.
So there's just a whole lot that goes into it that people don't understand. Anyway, this is a fascinating fact. Nearly 1 in 6 NFL players has declared bankruptcy within 12 years of retiring.
Yeah.
What?
Well,
1 in 6?
They make that money.
And then they spend that money.
And they spend the money.
But they only have like, 5 years of being able to make that money.
Yeah, so they don't think about like, well, what am I going to do when I'm 35? Because I can't still be doing this.
They're also so young that and your brain isn't even fully developed at that point.
And your brain is probably taking a lot of hits.
Typically.
Yeah.
Typically it is. Yeah. So there's a lot happening there. Anyway, I think this is a cool thing. And so good for Allie. But regardless of who's on it, I think it's cool that they're doing it.
Absolutely. So Faces of Fitness Chicago is almost upon us, and Zacharias has been confirmed to kick off day 1.
Yeah, he's going to be there on day 1. Boy, people are excited about this.
Really?
So excited. Yeah. This went nuts on Instagram.
Yeah.
He's going to be leading an advanced animal yoga flow. That man can move in shapes that I don't think most bodies can even fathom. And he does. And so advanced, like,
yeah.
I would just be
How
watching.
are those animals going to keep up?
I'm just saying.
Those poor little puppies.
I would just
They're not ready for advanced yoga.
All I would do is just sit there and watch. There's no way I would actually try the moves. It's not happening. It's not happening. It's really cool, though. Congrats to Zacharias. And, of course, day 2 is also going to have Peloton. We're going to have Adrian Williams, Katie Wong, and Jess Sims, which we already reported on earlier.
Yeah. What happens if someone brings a cat and he says, do a downward dog? What's that cat going to do?
We're going to have to wait and see, Tom.
Oh, it's going to be chaos.
It's going to be chaos.
Madness. Ben Aldis has launched his own personal website.
Yeah, so I guess he had a website before, but it has a whole new look to it now.
It's a relaunch.
It is a relaunch, and he is calling himself a Peloton instructor and health optimization specialist.
Oh.
So I think that's pretty cool. So it's benaldis.com. You can sign up for his newsletter. You can do more. You know, it's hard to remember. He is the Peloton's first UK instructor. A lot of people who are new to Peloton probably don't realize that. So it's all going to be in one place. Fitness, corporate coaching, speaking, his book, Raise the Bar. everything is going to be there. And of course, there's going to be a new newsletter. So you're going to be able to get all the things.
Will it come out mostly weekly like ours?
He's probably got somebody for that.
Oh.
I feel like he has people.
Well, you got somebody for that, but he still screws it up.
I know. I had to get a new person.
Well, now.
I'm joking.
That's how the rumors start.
Congrats to Ben on his new website.
Peloton artist collaborations.
We got 2 artist series to talk about, and they're both big ones. And I assume they're big ones because they're people I've heard of. Justin Bieber
Who?
and the Backstreet Boys.
Yeah. So you might remember we've talked about a couple of times. Peloton kind of has this new thing that they're doing now where it's like there's 2 every month. There used to be 4, and now there's 2. But mid-month, we can probably expect that mid-April we're going to see some new thing for Germany as well. So that is what we expect to happen. But yeah, these are both really huge, Justin Bieber and Backstreet Boys in the same month. And then let's see, Justin Bieber will be April 2nd. The Backstreet Boys will be on April 23rd. So that's going to be a lot of pop classes.
Yes, it
this
is.
month. Although I do love that song, "Love Yourself." I'm not a believer, but I do love that song, "Love Yourself." It's such a fuck you. It's great.
I'm a daydream believer.
Oh, we know.
Peloton personnel.
Peloton co-founder Tom Cortesi has launched a new startup.
He has, yeah. And I know what you're thinking. It's going to be exercise equipment,
No.
but it's not.
These people don't, like, it's fascinating because John Foley is similar. Like, not that he didn't love and care about Peloton. Like,
Because he did.
he did, but, like, they love also just the idea of business.
And startups in general.
And startups in general. And so, to some degree, they don't really care if they love the product or service that they're selling. They love
they love launching a business and they love making it grow. Like, that's what they get super excited about. In this case, we've got the founder of Chipotle and the co-founder of Peloton starting a sandwich category. It is going to be counter service. It's going to be called, where is it? Oh, it is called counter service. It's it's upscale sandwich concept. It's already grown to 4 locations in New York City, just 1 year after its debut.
Yeah.
Isn't that cool?
What does upscale sandwich mean?
Man, I don't know. It sounds like
Your
Panera to me.
Your sandwich is wearing a monocle?
Sounds like St. Louis Bread Company is what it sounds like.
Well, yeah.
I know. I said it. It's Panera to the rest of you people. But here, it's St. Louis Bread Company.
Because it started here.
It started here.
And they called it St. Louis Bread Company. And then when they took it other places, they were like, people don't want to eat a sandwich from St. Louis.
Well, Cortesi was just on the latest episode of a podcast called Takeaway with Sam Ochez. And they talked about why the restaurant industry is ripe for disruption today. And these folks who like to do their launches and new companies, they love the disruption. Love the disruption.
When I'm eating a sandwich, I don't want to be disrupted. I'm having a sandwich.
You're not going to be.
I just took a bite.
And
then Tom Cortesi comes in and starts yelling at me. And I'm like, Tom, settle down. I'm trying to eat a sandwich. And he's like, more mustard. No, I don't want mustard. I'm disrupting your sandwich. Take off the top piece of bread. No, take off the bottom piece of bread.
It's craziness.
It's craziness. Cortesi, you've gone mad with power. Coming up after this, we're going to talk about what's going on at Tonal. Another coach is departing. We'll also talk content, give you an overview of all the classes that you should be contemplating, so stick around.
Other connected fitness.
Tonal has said goodbye to another coach, or another coach has said goodbye to Tonal, depending on how you want to look at it.
Well, it's Tim Landicho.
Yes.
So recently we lost Tanisha Renee, and we also lost Kristen Centenary. And all 3 were announced separately. They all said their goodbyes in the official Tonal community, and then they were not featured in any further classes. So I feel like Tonal kind of did another reset here. People who have been in the Tonal community for a long time, Peloton community by because a lot of us do both, they might remember that a lot of the LA coaches, all of the LA coaches were let go. And those were the original coaches that founded Tonal.
Yeah.
When Tonal expanded to New York, they hired more coaches.
Right.
And then at some point, financial difficulties came into play and they had to let go of somebody, and they let go of the entire LA team. I think that also had a lot to do with the expenses in LA and like
Yeah.
how much it was costing to have like where they were filming and things like that.
But it's not like New York's cheap.
No, absolutely. I am not making excuses.
Yeah.
I am not making excuses. I'm saying decisions had to be made, and they
Right.
had to be made quickly. But it was super sad to a lot of us.
Yeah.
Well, and we even had an opportunity to talk to some of the leadership at Tonal after it happened. And, you know, we gave them very direct
Yeah.
feedback about, you know, I would like to think that we spoke on behalf of people. And so this time when they made changes, they brought in new coaches, and then they slowly let people go.
Right.
I suspect that they're also still having financial difficulties. I know that most companies are. Now,
Yeah.
Tonal's not public, so
Right.
I don't know that for a fact. But just given that the entire fitness industry did so well during COVID, and then it kind of, all the connected fitness did so well. And
Yeah.
now it's kind of really trying to find its footing. And Tonal's been continuing to try to grow. So they brought in new coaches. They all appear to be guest coaches, though, in different capacities. And I think this is Tonal's way of making sure that they have several different kinds of modalities.
Yeah.
That you've got Kristen McGee for Pilates, and you've got the new instructors for yoga, etc. And so,
I feel like it's also a way to manage expectations of like, if this person doesn't stick around, well, they were a guest coach.
yeah, that is true. That is true. And I'm sure it saves money as well.
Yeah.
You know, because like what they can do now is like take somebody like Kristen McGee, instead of having them on the payroll all the time,
Mm-hmm.
they can have her come in, film a program, film classes, and then off she goes on her merry way, and they
Right.
don't have to keep her on the payroll all the time. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know what their situation looks like. I'm
For
just
sure.
giving an example. But I think that is probably more financially benefiting
Yeah.
of Tonal.
Sustainable.
Yes. But I think that they felt like they had to do this. I don't know all the reasons why. Can't pretend to. I don't have any direct behind the scenes conversations with anybody about this. This is just my feeling and my putting pieces together. But at any rate, these coaches will be missed. You
Yeah.
become really, really attached to them. And while I am a huge Tonal fan and I hope that they continue to grow, it's still sad to see coaches leave. And Tim was one of the nicest coaches. So was Tanisha Renee.
Yeah.
So was Kristen Centenari.
Yeah, they've all been super nice.
Very, very nice. So best of luck to Tim and crew.
Absolutely.
New content.
It is time for the TCO Top 5. You have submitted your favorite classes, and here you go. Number 1, your favorite bench press leg day.
This was submitted by Dr. Jen.
Holy cow.
I know. She was all over my social media looking at stuff this weekend. She says, just including a bench changes things up enough to make a lower body class feel new, different, and exciting. This was taught by Robin Arzon on February 17th. It was a 30-minute glute and leg strength. By the way, Dr. Jen also was fired up about all the new jump classes on the platform, and she has started incorporating them. She said she feels stronger overall, and her runs have gotten easier. So good to know.
Okay. Number 2, your favorite roll with it core stretch.
Also, Robin Arzon. I told you she's everywhere.
Yeah.
She's everywhere. Karen Smith nominated this class, and Robin taught it on March 3rd, 15-minute core stretch. Karen said, it was my first strength class that incorporated a foam roller, and holy crap, what a difference the roller makes in simple moves. Simple, not easy. 15 minutes was enough, but I'll be looking for more of these.
Number 3, your favorite walk to remember.
Listen, this job comes with certain benefits, and by job, I say my hobby. But one of those benefits is that I get to nominate things.
Yes.
And I nominated Maddie Magiacomo's 20-minute 2000s walk from this weekend. And here's what I had to say. The Saturday stack was awesome. The walk in particular gave old Christopher Street studio vibes. So if you ever took classes at the Tread Studio, you might have taken a class with Maddie. That's what this was. There were magic makers there, including Robin Rashburn and Saban McAteer. I hope I'm saying that right. I'm sure I'm not saying Shaban right. But she was here all the way from Dublin, and it was such a treat to meet her and talk to her. Maddie was in the studio talking about all kinds of things, including furries. It was just... It was just a vibe. It was a really special class. And if you didn't get to take it this weekend, I highly recommend that you work it into your stack this week. It was so, so good.
And you were also in that class.
I was also in that class. Yes, that's why I loved it so much.
Yes.
There's something about taking a live class. But also, Maddie was just in silly form. Like my favorite version of Maddie, besides Mara. It was just amazing. It was just amazing. Like this class needs to be taken by everybody.
Number 4, your favorite classic rock ride.
Yes, and this was nominated by Rich Glass, and he had the very succinct quote, "The song list was strong, and the class was the right balance of tough and fun."
He just gets right to it.
He does. There is no fluff. It's right there.
Yeah.
So Jen Sherman taught this class this weekend. We actually watched it up on the screen. It was the 30-minute classic rock ride, and it was awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, Rich didn't say that, but I assume he thought that.
I think that's how Rich says it.
Yeah, there were a lot of people, a lot of the famous Peloton people were around because the Peloton Whisperer was in this class too.
Yeah.
We saw him. I didn't get to see Rich Glass, but we know he was there. Lots of people were at the studio this weekend. It was people were asking, why are all these people in the studio this weekend?
I don't know. And finally, number 5, your unstackable. It's your favorite Women's History Month ride.
This was nominated by Holly Hardy Gage, also taught this weekend by Christine Diercole. It was the 45-minute Women's History Month alternative rock ride. And Holly said she was live in studio, and she's one of her Words Work retreat women from Zermatt. I did find the ride harder than her normal classes, which is how it became an unstackable. But yeah, Christine was also doing a word shop this weekend as well. So there was a lot. I think that's part of why the vibes were so high this week. There was just a lot going on with the instructors, with the people. It was just, I haven't seen the studio that packed and that joyous in a long time. And more than one person said that to me as well. So like it was the place to be. It was like homecoming up in that bitch. It was great.
Taking a look at this week at Peloton, we have a new scenic ride, Themarn, Schleswig-Holstein, Germany. I should have let you say that. Let me try this again. We have a new scenic ride. Take it away, Crystal.
They're from Germany, northern Germany. And it's a 45-minute ride that follows the coastal path on an island in northern Germany. And
what is the name of said island?
Themarn.
That sounds Irish.
Okay,
the
well,
way you say it.
You asked me to say
Themarn.
it. Listen, I've got Germany in these jeans. I've got Ireland in these jeans. I just say whatever comes out. Okay, so there's also open water running alongside the route, which I really enjoy. It's very it's very nice.
Yeah.
To feel like you're riding alongside of it. Also, just a little bonus into the bonus.
Yeah.
The 4 German ladies that we met this weekend would love this class. As long as you added beer.
Yes. We also have a live outdoor run club with Susie.
Yes, 60-minute class, and it is going to be taking place on Saturday, March 28th, 11:30 a.m. Eastern. It is going to be audio coached and built for members running outside.
And an epic sing-along ride with Jen Sherman.
It's been a hot minute. We've got one that's taking place on Sunday, March 29th at 10 a.m. Eastern, and that's going to be awesome. Those are always lots of fun.
Turning our eyes to the TCO Radar, we've got more High Rocks, a training boot camp with Marcel Maurer.
This is going to be taking place, or I guess it's taking place today, because it is March 25th.
Today being as we record.
As we record.
Not as you
Not
listen.
as you were listening.
Because we don't know when you listen.
We don't know.
Yeah.
We don't know.
You never
But it's going to
call, you
be
never write.
a 45-minute High Rocks boot camp with Marcel. So that's pretty darn cool.
And then Kirsten has a Women's History Month outdoor run club.
Yes, also taking place on March 25th. And so if you can't take it live, hopefully I don't think you can go back and watch these because they don't tend to do outdoor runs. Like there's nothing being filmed. So
Oh, I see.
if you miss it, you miss it. But I love the run clubs. They're a lot of fun. So, and they have different paces. So like all levels of
Gotcha.
fitness can still enjoy it.
And Zacharias has a new advanced flow.
Thank goodness it's only 20 minutes
Yeah.
and it's not an animal flow. So 20 minutes, 6 p.m. also today.
And then Maddie Giacomo has a walking boot camp.
He does, and it is a 50-50 one. So you've got half the time on the tread, half the time with the weights. Perfection.
Okay. And Jermaine Johnson has a 4-day split program for you.
They do, yeah. That is going to be starting on March 27th. So that'll be very cool. Glad to see it.
And it's a reverse week from Matt Welpers.
It is. He's going to be doing his long ride is going to be taking place on Friday. And that's going to be a 60-minute ride at 6:30 a.m. And then he's going to be doing only a 30-minute ride on Saturday at 8 a.m. because he's also teaching a live row that morning as well.
And World Broadway Day is almost upon us. And who else but Maddie Giacomo will be commemorating that?
Well, we don't know. We know that he has 2 classes on the live schedule that day, and we are hoping that they will turn into Broadway-themed classes.
see.
But we have no confirmation of that, even though it's only in 2 days.
Gotcha.
I should ask him that when I saw him this weekend.
Oh, missed
I know.
opportunities.
I know. I was busy.
And Anna Greenberg is back.
She is going to have a yoga and Pilates class live on March 27th. Yay.
Christian Vandeveld is almost back.
Yeah, he'll be back in early April. April 2nd and April 5th, he is going to have a 60-minute class, real route, or a pro training, and then one of those is going to be a 30-minute power zone. Also, I didn't tell you this, Tom, but John Hosking is going to be doing a 60-minute walk on April 3rd.
Okay. And then also don't forget that PSNY closures are almost upon us.
They are, yeah, April 9th through 15th, the studios will be closed. So keep that in mind because remember, the live cross-training program starts on April 13th, and there's no live classes the 13th, 14th, and 15th. It's going to be crazy.
We also have new classes celebrating Eid al-Fitr. I hope I'm saying that right.
I think you are.
Oh, look at me.
It might be Ed.
Wouldn't
It
that
might be Ed al-Fitr.
Yeah.
But yeah, there were 4 classes that dropped, and they were taught by Jocelyn Thompson Rule and Asal Ariane. I don't know how to say her last name properly. I'm very sorry. But there was a walk by Jocelyn, and there was a full body stretch by Asal that got added. And that's nice to see. Those were on the 19th and 20th to coincide with the actual holiday.
Gotcha.
4th year that Peloton has celebrated it, which is nice to see.
Absolutely. And then finally for this segment, just want to point you to an article that Helper Bee Nikki wrote. And it's all about Peloton IQ and how it helps you get better.
It does. It does help you get better if you're a person who needs to see your form and things like that. Also, it's gives you insights into how your class went compared to how you normally do.
Mm-hmm.
It tells you when you pick on a class, like you choose a class, it's going to say, here's how you normally do in this type of class. It's harder or it's easier than what you normally choose.
Gotcha.
But the other reason that we wanted to bring this up is that we saw this week on the Peloton platform that there are classes that you can take within Peloton IQ. You can set it up so that it is self-paced. So if you are a person that might struggle with form, Adrian Williams is a great example. He's an amazing instructor, but he moves very quickly in his strength classes.
Yeah.
So let's just say you struggle to keep up with that pace, but you want to do those moves. You could take a self-paced class, and the IQ software allows you to be able to do that. That's one of the options that you can do. So that was why we really wanted to bring it up.
Peloton birthdays.
And finally, we've got one birthday this week on March 27th, and it belongs to Bex Gentry.
Happy birthday to Bex Gentry.
Happy birthday. So that brings this episode to a close. Until next time, where can people find you?
People can find me on Facebook at facebook.com/Crystal D. O'Keefe. They can also find me on Threads, Blue Sky, Instagram, and the Peloton leaderboard at Clip.Crystal.
And you can find me on Threads and Blue Sky at Tom O'Keefe Jr. or on Facebook at Facebook.com/Tom O'Keefe. You can find the show online at Facebook.com/TheClipOut. While you're there, like the page, join the group, and of course, don't forget our Patreon. $5 a month, all sorts of bonus content, ad-free episodes, and we like daily lives. So that's it for this one. Thanks for tuning in, and until next time, God bless.
And running. Bye.